So
Okay.
our next topic, though, Steve.
You can do it. You can do it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Why don't you enlighten us, Mister? I have multiple siblings, and I think everybody else is a single child.
Yeah.
Why don't you
You're a
enlighten us
single
on your
child,
topic
right,
today?
Clay? What is that supposed to mean?
You want to go to my topic then?
What's your intent, bro? You trying to say something like I'm fucking spoiled kid, piece of shit, piece of shit? I'm not selfish.
I know, like you just immediately went to that. I was like,
Well,
what?
that was the no. I would have totally went with it too, Steve.
Yeah, the
Really?
way that's
Like,
the way you
how
said
is
it.
that?
Yeah,
How's
the way
that
that you
possible?
delivered that message was like.
Well, like you said, you're an only child, right? That's it. Like, how does that mean anything? That's
No,
like,
you could be
like
like,
in an
hey,
argument with your
hey,
girlfriend
you could
and
be
just being
like, hey, Clay, are you?
Hey, did you take
are
trash?
you an
Yeah,
only
of course
child?
you took
By the way,
trash.
do you
Why
have
you
any
call me a dirty?
siblings?
Like earlier, Steve-O was asking me if I was an only child, and the way the conversation was played out in context,
It was like this. It was
sounded
like this.
like.
Hold on,
it
let's
was like-
reenact
no, it was
this.
like-
Okay, let's reenact it.
Okay, I'll start it.
Hey,
Go,
Clay,
go, go.
you're an only
Okay,
child,
so
right?
I go,
No, I didn't say it like that.
Yeah, that's kind of how you said it.
You're
Yeah.
You're an only child, right?
Right?
Yeah,
like, right is the
Yeah.
part that
Like,
like.
right?
yeah.
Question mark?
Oh, you could like.
Not like you're an only child,
you're an
man.
only child, or do you have any
You're like-
siblings? Or is it like the right
Yeah.
part makes it like
It was like
because
yeah,
you're dick?
it was like
You're-
because you're an only child, right?
Yeah.
It was like
You
because,
definitely
So
want
why you
to
act?
act like this.
right, Ian? Because like. Cuz means
But-
there's stuff I've done to justify the fact that I'm an only child.
No.
And the only thing
No,
that
you
people
guys are
justify as being
throwing
an only
this out.
child is like spoiled.
You know what it is, bro.
Like,
you know,
right,
you
yeah.
know what it is, bro.
You said cuz. You're like, cuz you're an only child, right?
It was
Like,
just
See,
he's been sitting there.
Clay has
You're
to
an
be
only
the
child,
center
right?
of attention and
Right, right, right.
everything. So.
Yo, Clay, it's
Yeah.
this, bro. He's been so salty as of late because he heard your stories about getting those toys as a kid. He was like, "Fuck,
right,
bro."
Anyway,
He's been holding it on for the past few weeks, a few episodes back.
Just
I've just
bottling it
never
up.
heard you talk about your sibling before.
So okay, hey, well we'll go into my topic then. Okay.
your topic. I
We're
was
pretty
gonna
much
go
on
to
that.
Steve's. All right, we'll go to your. Yeah, you're right. You're right. We should go to your topic.
So. Sorry.
See, center of attention.
I,
Center of attention.
I know that. I know you're not
Oh,
used
what?
to
Now go ahead. Do your
other
your-
people, you know, around and stuff. So, but the whole topic came up because I told them what I was wanting to talk about today, which is sibling rivalry. You know, since only 3 of us have siblings, you know, we can go into some stories, but
He's like, bro, smack you through the camera.
so do you have sibling rivalry? You know, like even at an older age.
He doesn't have any siblings. Don't even.
I
say
want to
anything.
go first.
Can't go to you, Clay.
I want to go
Yeah.
first.
You're an only child, bro. You got to go last.
Despite the rumors you've been reading about in the tabloids and on BuzzFeed, I have a younger sister. And when I was growing up, my younger sister, the baby of the family, was the most spoiled, loved, and favored child.
Most toyed
when
up.
growing up.
Not me. Not me.
I would literally do the exact same thing that she had done 5 seconds earlier and get yelled at and screamed at. Not only was this coming from my dad, and I would have to get grounded, my sister would constantly get away with murder. She would do something and then just be like, "Oh, but Dad," and he'd be like, "Oh, Taryn, what did you do? Is that what you did?" Like complete
Oh,
tonal
that was so
change.
cute. That was
Yeah. So and, like, it's ridiculous. And then this also like grew to like my my extended family of just like treating her like a princess and having just these like expectations of me being like this like troublemaker of a boy, of a child. So
Because
again,
you
this-
are. As a man.
Yeah.
You're a troublemaker, bro.
and maybe Steve, that caused me to try to get center of attention because I always lost it to my sister. But despite
I never
the
said any of
rumors,
this.
yeah, well, that's what came out of your mouth. That's what came out of your mouth.
That's what you said,
That's
bro.
what you said. I heard you. You said it just like
I
that.
heard-
Just
I
in
heard
your
him
head,
too.
Like, oh,
Yeah, I seen
years.
it.
No, man, you said it.
Yeah.
You're like center
So-
of attention, motherfucker.
But we did. So with
In my
that
eyes.
said, we did have moments of like we played pretty nice together. Like we separately, like she played Barbies, I played my action figures. But there was a point where we got a little bit older towards end of, like when I was in middle school and when she started getting in middle school and I was in high school. There was a lot of tension there for whatever reason where we would constantly like. We would argue. There was things that like she would annoy me because I was just annoyed by everything. I was a teenager and she started to get annoyed by everything, and so there was definitely moments of like screaming and yelling and like
Yeah.
slamming of doors and like
Did it ever get like crazy hostile? Did you guys ever just get into a brawl and just go at it?
I mean, once or twice, my mom was like, she did a really good thing, and just like she's like, you never like hit your sister, like you just never do that. You always stick up for her. You always protect her. She's your younger sister, like yada yada. And so that was always kind of like just generating in the back of my mind. So despite the amount of times or how heated it would get, like there's once or twice where I would like push her down, or I'd like throw her on like the ground or something like that, like because like we're just like in her
I'm gonna
faces
get you!
yeah, or like she threw something at me, like
Don't
So
you
what
touch
if your
my
parents
Legos!
yeah, you know.
about this
and,
now. What have your parents heard about this now? You talking about this?
Oh, they know.
They were there.
They know?
We're,
There's
my
like- they were
family,
getting yelled
we're
at.
from the East Coast, dude. Like we're very blunt and very honest and very
Yeah.
overly open about our stuff. So
Yeah.
they know all of this stuff.
Only childs usually are so.
Yeah. Did I tell the story too? I guess I mean I could have started this with like there was when I was like 3 years old, I was playing with my truck, and my sister was just like enamored with me. She's always been like really loving of me and wanting to be a part of my life, but I was annoyed, and I was like, you know, back the hell up. I'm playing with my trucks. So she's like 2 years old, just kind of like backing up. I'm like, no, I need more space. And at this time I had so much space. I didn't need more space, but I wanted it. And I was like, no, back up. So I'm playing. She backs up all the way into the stairwell and falls down all the way down.
God.
So, which I
So you
felt
pushed her
terrible.
Back
down
it
the
up.
stairs.
Yeah.
Back it up.
But she
Back
got
up
me
the
back.
right.
She got me back. Remember when I told about the Batman costume? I had her be Catwoman. We were playing Batman and Catwoman, and I was like, okay, kick me in the chest, because we're fighting on the stairwell, and she kicks me right in the mouth, and my tooth just goes flying out, and she was like, oh, I am so sorry. I was like, no, that was the coolest freaking thing ever. You know what I mean? Like, it was like
That's cool,
a real
that's
brawl.
cool.
So I mean, we had some fun.
So what's your relationship now? I mean, you guys said you had a little bit of tension there.
A
as
tiny
kids.
bit in a span of a lot of love and
Yeah,
a lot
exactly.
of playfulness. Our relationship now is not as close as it should be. Like
Yeah.
I'm on the complete opposite side of the country, so time is difficult. As you guys
Yeah.
know, like I barely can catch you playing games.
Yeah.
And we're just busy, and you know,
In life.
we try to stay in touch, and you know, we do our best, but you know, we're not as close as probably we should be.
I got
Right.
you.
No, I get that.
All right, that was long-winded.
Well,
Sorry.
well, I got a brother and I got a sister. I love them all to death, and we're talking about rivalries here. My brother is my best friend, and I've grown up with him my entire life. And sure, there's been rivalries and there's been different aspects, but for the most part, like you were saying, Clay, there was a lot more love than anything else out there. But since we're talking about rivalries, you know, me and my brother were very not competitive, I guess you'd say, like with one another, but we were competitive people. And we both played sports. So when it came to things like football or whatnot, we were always outside when we got into football season. We were practicing drills outside, just doing stuff outside of practice itself, where we'd be doing hitting drills. So that led to some rivalry, I guess you'd say, there, because it was
Yeah.
like I'm the bigger brother. He's 3 years younger. Now, granted, I'll throw this out there, Jake, you got it. But Jake was better at football than I was. You know, he had more heart,
nice of you
more
to admit.
drive. You know, he had more heart,
More
more
knowledge.
drive towards the sport and knowledge. To be
Yeah.
honest, you know,
Do you think he was
wanted it.
compensating for the fact that you were like older?
Maybe, or it's just he had a love for it, to be honest. And he
Yeah.
still has that
he
love
has
for
love,
it. You
yeah.
know, I didn't have the love for it. I actually didn't have love for any of the sports that I played pretty well, to be honest. I just didn't have any love or passion for them until college. When I got to lacrosse, I was like, whoa, this is something totally different.
Is
and
he
I
a
felt
Steelers fan like you?
he is a Steelers fan, but I'd say that we're Steelers fans, but it's not like we're diehard like our stepfather is. I mean, we're not rooting for any other teams, really. He's probably rooting for his fantasy football team more than anything.
Okay,
Yeah.
but he loves the sport in general, and,
He
and a
loves
lot
the
of love is like
sport,
playing
dude.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
so,
loves
like,
it.
we got
He loves it to the
rivalries.
point where I was gonna say he loves it to the point where he popped his what did he pop? I forgot
His
like,
knee?
Achilles. He popped
Oh yeah,
his-
his Achilles
Oh.
playing flag and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, it had,
he
like,
got
blood
out
clot.
of football and all these different things, and wanted to get back into doing some more football outside of after he got out of school and whatnot. So he did some flag and ended up destroying his
Yeah.
Achilles.
Dude.
I was gonna say, yeah, to the point where he's gonna start playing again. I just talked to him the other day, and he's like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to start playing again." I'm like, "Dude,
Yeah.
they the doctor just told you. You said you can't do that, but
Yeah.
he's gonna do it anyway.
So we had some fun rivalries outside, just
Yeah.
smashing each other back and forth. Getting there, 5 yards apart and just going at each other. But I'll tell you, one of the best rivalries we had is that our father had us into fighting a lot. So we were doing boxing, and this little asshole, like I love him, he's my best friend, but dude, this kid is he's a little shit when it comes to fighting. So I'm taller, I have longer arms, I have better range than he does. He's a shorter, kind of like bulldoggy guy. So we get into the fighting, and our fighting styles are different. So we get into fighting and boxing one another. And I'm just, 1-2 and 1-2 and I'm, 1-2-3 right in his face because I had the range. And he's getting pissed off, dude. This kid's getting angry because I'm just tagging him right in the face, every time. He can't land any punches because every time he comes in, I just take a step back, and like I said, I just got the range. He gets so mad that this kid comes, I'm like, hold on a second, dude, let me fix my stuff. And I go to fix my headgear, and this kid comes running up with an uppercut right to the face, bro, as hard as he could. Right after this uppercut, he turns around and starts bolting, man. This is one of those times where that rivalry got serious, and I'm just chasing him, just trying to, as hard as I can, trying to see if I can catch him to just knock his ass out, man, because that kid was a little shit when it came to when we would fight, we would fight often one another, so it was just like, and it's brotherly love fighting, there were some times when it got a little serious, there was some blood and stuff every once in a while, but it wasn't ever like, you didn't leave that being like, fucking hate you, done with this, it was just kind of like, all right, we got it out. And now
really, because I know brothers they leave like that. They're like, you motherfucker, I'm never talking to you again.
We brawled, and it was like this is a weird analogy, but like a duck on the pond, when they fight another duck, they get done with that fight, and then after they like shake all their feathers out, it's like they release all that energy and get rid of it. It's like that fight was our shake. You know what I mean? Like we got all the tension build up, bah, 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 release, done. It was like.
So you're the heartthrob. Did he ever get mad at you for stealing any of his girls' prospects?
Hell no.
No? Okay, it wasn't like that? You guys didn't?
No, man, I would never do any of those things.
I always worried about having a brother at that, because I always wanted a brother, but I would always worry that like he would be a better looking brother, or like be better with women would like him better, and then I'd bring home a girlfriend, and then like she would like him more. I'm like, God damn, my fucking brother doing this again to me.
No, he was we never had that one. Never had any issues like that. I've always, we both been in relationships, so it was kind of like that was never there. There was never even an opportunity for that to even kind of exist. I don't know if it could have existed. My brother's a good-looking guy. I don't know if it could have ever existed.
But he's not the heartthrob.
I know
let's
that
be honest
he's not the heartthrob, guys. No, I'm just kidding. But honestly, he doesn't have the jealousy side too, and he knows who I am in and out, and he knows that there wouldn't have been anything there. If he was ever have seen something like that, he would have probably been like, "This bitch is gone." That's not right. But anyways, when it comes to rivalries, it always landed when it came into physical sports, whether it was the football or it was the boxing, fighting kind of things we went through as kids, which was a lot of fun still.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I grew up in kind of an interesting situation. I have two sisters and a brother, and my older brother and sister, they're my half. We share the same mother, all four of us, but. My little sister and I have the same father, and my older brother and sister have the same father. And so growing up, my sister...
The older sister and brother have the same father, and you and your younger sister have the same father. Right. Did I get that right? Okay.
Yeah. So we all grew up in the house together, like a 3-bedroom house. There were 6 of us, like, for a while. And there was always some rivalry. There's actually rivalry nowadays, too, which is kind of funny. My older brother, he is 8 years older than me. So growing up, there was some rivalry, and quite honestly, I got my ass kicked all the time. When you're 7 years old and your brother's 15, you're like, well, this isn't fair. So you learn how to like take him out other ways.
I remember the fights, man. Like I remember them, man.
Oh yeah. Like there was one time he was talking crap to me, and I was on our top bunk. So I jumped off the top bunk and did like a karate kick, landed it right in his side, knocked the wind out of him. I took off after that.
Nice.
Yeah. So you
Nice.
gotta catch them by surprise.
Yeah, dude, you got guerrilla warfare, man. Hit
That's-
the nuts, get in, get out.
Or that's the secret uppercut and then the takeoff. This is like the little brother move, man, right
Oh,
here.
yeah.
It's
Hey,
like
man, you
the-
gotta.
go for the cheap shot, take off as fast as you can.
There's no rules in fighting.
Yeah, exactly.
There's
But
no
see,
rules.
now I had like all these different worlds where I was the older brother, but also I was the younger brother. So
Yeah.
I had
You were the
like,
middle child, right?
well, yeah, my brother and I
Yeah.
were middle children, but technically I always say I am the middle child
Yeah.
because you know, it's my little sister had like all kinds of attention, and she, just like you, Clay, would get away with murder. And like one time, she actually slapped herself in the leg and went running to, because we were in an argument, and she
That's
goes,
some Mark Wahlberg shit from that movie.
Dude.
yeah,
That's
Yes.
crazy.
we were arguing.
I remember
at my
Ian getting in
aunt's house.
trouble for this too.
Yeah, we were arguing at my aunt's house, and my aunt heard the conversation, and my sister goes, well, I'm going to slap myself and tell them that you did it. And she went, wham, like hit herself really hard and went running and crying. Thank God my aunt heard that whole conversation, because
Yeah.
I was getting in huge trouble for that.
What
Yeah.
does your sister do now? Is she okay?
Oh,
Does she
yeah,
pull that
she's
shit all
fine.
the time
I mean,
to
actually,
people?
I'm
Like,
going to probably go hang out with her today. I mean, we have a good relationship.
but like, what? I could just see her now, like at work, and be like, "Yeah, well, I'm gonna tell them."
Are
that
you talking about Candace?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's crazy.
But, I mean, she's not like that now. I mean,
No.
you got we're kids.
She's not. No, yeah.
Yeah.
To your
But, I
knowledge.
mean, you know.
She's a genius. She's a genius, by the way.
Oh yeah, she sounds smart. she sounds pretty good.
So, but what's funny now is that, like, as adults, all four of us are adults, and we still, like, pretty much our mom is, like, the center of the whole thing. And we all try to do nice things to her, and we try to get this thing called PC, which we call Perfect Child. So they always joke with me saying I was a PC, because I was, like, honestly, I went and hung out with Rocco all the time. I didn't, like, you know, cause trouble or
We
anything
didn't cause any trouble, dude.
that we got caught for. But
Yeah,
so-
exactly.
Gold carts riding around and
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so nowadays, like, you know, my brother sent my mom like this like really nice plant from Texas, because he lives in Texas, and he just every morning sends us like a little, hey, a picture of that plant and like a little nice note below it. And my brother, okay, he's probably he's my best friend too, but he's a big dick, and I know he's sitting there just he's just trying to antagonize and like sound really nice and everything. I'm like, you little piece of shit every time. So
He's awesome, but he really is a big dick.
so I sat there and I go, okay, well, I'm gonna go and help my mother fix her fence. So the next weekend I went out there and I helped her repair her fence, and I took a picture of that, and I was like, hey bitch, this is what I did for her, you know. So we still have that rivalry, you know.
It's funny that your mom's like benefiting from this greatly
Yeah,
between the
exactly.
rivalry. Like,
Well, that's
Oh,
a
yeah.
good way to have a rivalry, then. You know what I mean? Like have all the you know siblings and stuff fight over the love for the mom,
Yeah, so
giving her love.
and
That's
she
awesome.
likes it because she gets that attention that she wants
Yeah.
from her kids. you
Yeah,
know?
I gotcha.
And you know, so that's kind of how we are. But growing up, I mean, there was always tension, fighting. But you know what my thing was? Is I had a little sister as well, and my sister was 2 years younger than me, and she would sit there and on purpose try to annoy me.
Yeah.
Like she went up to my ear and go. She would go like this. She would go like literally that far from my ear, and I would be sitting there playing EverQuest, and I'm like, get away from me. I'm only going to warn you once. So when I started getting a lot bigger and I was working out a lot back then, I actually told her, I said, look, and we had a pool at our house. I said, I'm just going to throw you in the pool whenever you annoy me now. So she didn't think that was going to happen. So I warned her twice. I said, you get two. I tore her.
You get two. That's it, and then it's
get
done.
two,
It's over.
it's done. So
Then it's
I-
pool dunking time.
yeah. So
dunking time.
I literally,
Swirly.
I picked her up, and you know, I played football and everything, so I just tore her through the house, and she was like grabbing paintings and everything on the wall. Yeah, and I was just pissed. So I opened the back door and I threw her in the pool with all of her brand new clothes, chlorine in there. They got destroyed.
Oh, your mom must have been pissed because I'm sure she
No.
paid for those clothes.
She came in crying and everything, and my dad was sitting there, and she's like, Ian just threw me in the pool, and he goes, well, he warned you twice.
Nice.
I
was like,
love.
it worked. It worked.
I love Bob's.
She ever do that
like,
again?
Mental thought
One time.
process there. Yeah.
One
It's
time
like
she
you're
did it-
learning your lesson.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
Oh,
she
man.
did it one more time. I threw her in the pool again, and she every time I'd warn her, like when I was starting to get really pissed, she stopped. So
Nice.
that's kind of nice.
Nice.
That's a good
Yeah,
lesson.
because you only give them
Like-
2, because you give them 3, then they just keep doing it until they get to
Yeah,
2.
exactly. They'll
It's
push
like-
the boundaries, man.
yeah.
And
So-
you don't want to have you don't have to be annoyed 3 times either. You just
Nah, man.
two's enough.
Exactly.
Right now.
2 is enough.
One is not enough.
We're talking
3
about
is
younger
straight out.
siblings, guys.
2 is the number.
Younger siblings? Heck no, we ain't gonna deal with that.
Nope. So
Steve-o, man.
Steve-o, what about you, man?
I have a younger half sister. She's I think 25, 26 now. We have the same mother. She when we were younger and everything like that. I can't think about it. My dad, I guess would let her like hit me in the face and stuff like that, and he'd laugh about it. And when I get mad at her, he would get mad at me about it.
Oh my god.
Like I
Different.
had a scar for a long time right here from when she scratched me with her little nails or something like that. And I just remember like I couldn't do anything back to her or whatever like that because he would get mad at me immediately or something like that. But as far as like rivalries, I don't think we've ever had any rivalries. The only things I can think about is rivalries because I consider Rocco like a brother to me. Because when we were younger, we'd always be in the same house. I mean, right by Ian, the same house,
Yep.
I mean, Rocco's heard the story a million times. But I remember when we were younger, something happened when he threw a baseball at me, at my face. It hit me in the head. I was so pissed off. Right, he's in front of this giant mirror, right, that's in the living room. He antagonizes it and everything like that because I'm crying, and he's like, "Yep, just like that." I throw it at him. He dodges it, breaks the mirror. I get in trouble for it.
Oh.
Shouldn't have thrown a fucking baseball, bitch.
Hey, you threw it at me. The mirror's still broken to this day. It's a side
Yeah,
panel. They never
Yep.
fixed it. Yeah. Another one was the karate thing. Like, I don't know why he did this back then, but it was just like little things like that. But like he would I was like he would be in a karate, and the thing is like he's 3 months older than me or 2 months older than me. So like I always looked up to him and everything like that, and I still do. But he just I would say teach me karate or something like that. He's like, okay, do the stance like this, so the legs wide open. He's go like this. He's like, go like that. And I'm like, all right. And he goes, whop, kicks me right in the nuts. Kicks me right in the nuts.
Dude.
And then you hear my Aunt
I
Sherry.
might have been a little bit of a dick too.
You hear my Aunt Sherry in the kitchen. She's making breakfast. She goes, pancakes are done. He goes, oh, pancakes, and just runs out of the room. And I'm sitting there crying in the room. And I sit there walking out there crying. And
Rocco.
and he's sitting there eating pancakes. He's in there eating pancakes like nothing just fucking happened.
What are you doing, bro? Why didn't you take so long to get some of these pancakes?
You should have blocked it. Should have blocked it.
Should have blocked it, bro. I thought you had quick reflexes like a mongoose. Like,
You gotta learn karate. You gotta block it.
So I had that brother experience and everything, and
Yeah.
it was great. I've seen Rocco and Jake and everything like that too. I mean, Jake, annoyed Rocco too, and then Rocco would just sometimes get mad and just like punch him in the stomach or something like that, and then he'd be like,
hey
"Don't say
man,
fucking
tell
word
him
to
about
Mom."
the blue eyes story. Tell him about the blue eyes story.
Blue eye star. Oh, this is another thing too, man. Listen to this. Okay, we're swimming in the pool, right? And like I said, I looked up to him. He had crystal blue eyes, like he does right now still. And we're swimming.
He's a heartthrob.
He's a heartthrob. That's
He's a
true.
heartthrob, baby. Crystal blue.
So we're swimming around in the pool, right? And I'm like, Rocco, I said, how did you get blue eyes? And we're probably like 5, 6 years old or something like that. He's like, oh, I just opened my eyes in the pool.
Pretty much.
I
absorbed the water that's blue into my eyes.
Right. So
That's
I
a
did that all
brilliant-
day, dude. I could not see after that day. Like,
He
Oh
had
my
his eyes
god.
all day in the pool in the
Oh,
chlorine
all
pool,
day in the
dude.
pool.
This is giving me really great things to like talk to my son about. You're like, don't lie. If someone asks you advice, give them real advice. If you don't know the answer, just say you don't know the answer. And whatever you do, don't make them believe in doing something harmful to their bodies.
And he knew this. So what was the story that your mom actually told you how you got blue eyes?
Oh, the angels sprinkled tear dust in my eyes and shit.
Right, exactly. But he knew that
Whatever the hell it
story.
was,
He
yeah.
knew that story before I did that.
Yeah, dude. I told him, it was like, oh yeah. Whatever.
Just open your
Hey,
eyes
tell him
in
about
water.
the Rocco's Modern Life one.
Oh, that was dumb. Guys, Rocco's Modern Life show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know
back
Rocco
in
does
the day.
not like.
he does
hearing
not
that.
like hearing that. I don't know why. But I guess it's a wallaby or something like that. But yeah, we used to always call Rocco's Modern Life and everything like that. And he would get so pissed off. You wouldn't get a warning, Ian. You wouldn't
Yep.
be two or anything. It just boom, right off the bat and everything. But I mean, it was all good still. Like, I mean, we always looked out for each other in school. I remember some kid kicked the ball in my face, and Rocco was like, "That's my cousin." Just immediately jumps on him, starts beating him up, like immediately. Like, it was funny.
We had each other's
That's my
back.
cousin.
Even though we did a lot of like rivalry and stuff, Jill
For
still
sure.
had it.
That's my cousin. That's my cousin.
Don't you
Right,
fucking
yeah.
touch him! Oh yeah, I touch him.
No, that's
Guys,
just how
That
it
sounds
rolls.
weird. That sounds
It-
weird. But, I mean,
Yeah,
fight him.
that was-
Fight him.
yeah.
Sibling rivalries are a thing, but I feel like they're inevitable, and
Yeah.
they do make it. It's good. You learn a lot of stuff from them.
But it
Oh,
also
yeah.
can build like a good relationship too. You know,
Yeah.
it can build a deeper relationship.
For sure,
So-
you build
More meaningful.
respect. And
And not just that, like, you know, with me having an older brother, it was funny because I never really got picked on because my brother was so much older, and actually my brother was kind of a troubled kid, and he was like the bully around. So no one ever really messed with. I never was really picked on or anything because a lot of times I always felt that those people, their older brothers, were afraid of my brother. You know.
Yeah.
And then when he left, you know, I felt like it did kind of toughen me up a lot. And it's great that we have a great relationship nowadays. You know, but it was always pretty interesting. It was like, hey, you can't beat up my brother, but I can. You know,
Yeah.
that's just how it flows. You know,
I got you.
and I always protected my little sister. You know, there had been a few things that had always come about that I had to get involved in. It felt like, you know.
But it's so even though you have your rivalries, it doesn't mean that
Yeah.
there's not love there, and that protection's
of
not
course.
still there. Like you were just saying, it's like, yeah, that's my little brother. I can beat him up. That's my little sister. I can beat him up, but you can't do nothing to them. You know, that's not cool.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
hey, who's this episode part brought to you by?
this episode is brought to you by Facebook.
Oh,
You can go to facebook.com/MaelstromGamers and you can like us. And once you do that, you'll start getting some newsfeed updates when we release videos, when we release
Oh, there you go.
cool different episodes, and when we lose like a contest or anything, and there's like a betting or there's like a stipulation involved, like Rocco having to buy a Tiger Beat and take a picture of it.
Yep,
You'll
pretty
get
much.
that. You get that. There it is. Look, thanks,
Yep.
Steve-O. That's
our Facebook page.
That's the
That's our
Facebook.
Facebook
Brought to you
page.
by
So
Maelstrom Games.
check it out. It's a free way to support us.
You got it.
And it really helps. It
Yep.
helps a ton. So